I was thinking about way back when I thought I had it figured out, when I thought that I knew what to do and I didn't need you. I can't imagine if I stayed back, what would happen if I never found you. Those times were hard and all I did was resent you. Oh no, I don't want to go back. Oh, how naive I was. I'm running to where my hope is, where I know I'm free.
That's how we're starting the week. Good evening, guys. Welcome to another weekly vlog. As you can see from the beginning little montage, it's been a very busy day over here. I started filming that at 9 o'clock this morning. It's now 1:30 and I filmed 4 YouTube videos and 4 reels, which takes me for some reason quite a long time. But I think it's because like every outfit I put on, I film a reel, take the pictures, film the YouTube bit, and then it kind of takes a while. But I really enjoy doing the styling one, so I don't really mind. It also takes me a really long time to create this chaos behind me too, so that's also part of it. This week is a very exciting week because there's lots of work things going on. I've got lots of like little bits and pieces happening in terms of, I've got 2 shoot days planned in. I've got a day of just kind of doing whatever I need to do. So like whether that's Instagram editing or whatever, which I might show you how I edit. And then I actually think I'm gonna have a couple of crafty afternoons too. So just do little things that make me happy, because I'd say the last like week or so I've felt my anxiety creeping back in again a little bit. So if you've watched the weekly vlogs or any of my videos before, you'll know that I do get anxiety fairly badly, but it's kind of, it comes and goes in waves, which I mentioned before, and a lot of you agree that that's what's happening with yours too. And sometimes I get it for like 3 weeks straight and then it disappears for a week and then it comes back. It could be that it's like every other day that I get anxious, but this week particularly, I don't know why, but the last couple of days it just seems to have creeped back in a little bit more heavy. So I'm trying to focus a little bit more on work and not let that kind of make me stop working, because sometimes when I get anxious I kind of stop doing everything and I don't want to do that. So that being said, I'm trying to make this week all about doing things that make me happy. So focusing a lot more on like fun activities like cross stitch or clay or whatever it might be that makes me happy, going on walks, cooking yummy meals that are really healthy, because sometimes I notice that when I kind of stop working out as much and stop eating as healthy, that my anxiety is a bit worse. So things like that. And I'm also trying to keep on top of work as well, because it's just something that makes me happy. Like I don't think I've worked in years, because I love what I do so much that it doesn't feel like work. And sometimes when I do get really anxious, I tend to just not do anything and I'll veg on the sofa for days at a time. So I'm really trying to not do that and to try and just get on with tasks, because it inevitably makes me feel worse when I feel really rubbish and then I do nothing and then I feel worse for doing nothing. You know the drill. So I'm basically just spending my time doing some videos and chilling and just getting on with some bits and pieces, and yeah, drinking my coffee, which is my 3rd one of the day, but I keep drinking half of them and then they get cold because I'm filming. So this is one that I'm actually trying to drink the whole thing of. These cups are from Tesco's, by the way. They have a whole dinner set which is like £45 and I really want it, but I'm trying to hold off buying it. I think I might ask for it for my birthday from my mum, because I just think it looks really beautiful and I really want pink, because I've got no one to tell me otherwise. I actually think I've pulled my entire wardrobe worth of clothing out and it's just all over my house.
Ooh, this world accused me for my 1,000 crimes. Worthless and no good. I'm left in shame alone, but you tell me the truth. I'm so happy with you. Now I want to do.
And we have the living room back to its original state. Everything is now tidy and clean. Love that for me. Sometimes it takes me hours to put everything away, and today I did it really quickly and I'm so grateful that I did it, because now my kitchen and living room just looks tidy again. And it was getting to the point where I was starting to really question whether I should just walk away and not look at any of it, but I did it. And something really lovely turned up while I was tidying, which is so sweet, so I'm going to show you what it is. I've worked with a brand called Flowered for quite a few months now on Instagram, and they really kindly sent me a lovely bouquet just to say thank you for the last few months of work and just as a little pick-me-up, and it's honestly just put me in the best mood because fresh flowers, for one, just make me in a really good mood, but also it's nice to get a little surprise sometimes to know that you're appreciated. So how beautiful. I love it. I love all the little orange bits as well. It's really cute. So thank you very much, Flowered, for that one. Okay, one more shot of the flowers because I'm obsessed. Look at them. They're so pretty. So you've got all the eucalyptus and the tulips, and then you've got these other ones here as well. Just love it so much. And now I'm just sat having some avo toast and watching TV, and then I think I'm going to play The Sims for a bit because I just need a bit of a chill. I felt fine this morning, and then progressively over the day, like I said, it just comes in waves. So I'm going to give myself a bit of time out and then probably crack on and do some editing or something later if I feel like it. If not, I'm going to do something crafty and just have a bath, maybe read a book, I don't know, something relaxing. And I think that's going to be like the theme of the week, is doing things that you love and just working as well, because, you know, I love working. But that's going to be what I get up to mostly this week, things that I love. Haven't started playing The Sims yet because the postman just delivered something really lovely, which is bedding from a brand called Beddable, and oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how soft it is. I cannot wait to get into it tonight. I actually have one of their classic collection bedspreads, and basically I picked the sage green colour because I just love sage green, and I think it complements really well with my overall bedroom, and it's so soft. Like, I cannot tell you how soft it is, and the sheet and the duvet and everything are exactly the right size, because I always find when I get king size covers, they're always a little bit too small for my mattress, but this one's bigger than my mattress and I have to tuck it under, which I love because I like when you can't see like the corners of mattresses and stuff. But oh, it's literally heaven. So I'm going to put a little silky over the top of me talking about it, showing you me making the bed, because I mean, why not? And then I'll show you what it looks like at the end, because oh, I love it. I just can't wait to sort the pictures out above the bed though, because that's the bit that needs desperately sorting. It's really frustrating me that the pictures above the bed aren't done. Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how soft this is and how much I love it. I haven't put the cushions and stuff back on because at the moment I just think it looks quite nice like this, but I obviously still need to put those up. Oh, they're just so soft. This is the sage green colour. I don't really think it's coming out the right colour on camera, but I think that's partially because my bedroom is so dark. But this is the colour of it, if you can see that. It's really, really nice. It's like a really nice soft green. Oh, I just love it so much. It's so soft. I can't tell you how soft it is. I'm going to keep going on about it because it just is heaven. Heaven. Heaven, 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 heaven. Ah, they're just so soft. Maybe I just lie here for the rest of the day. No more work. Just sleep. Guys, you're gonna laugh. I have run myself a bath so that I can go through my camera roll and delete pictures. Yeah, that is why I'm having a bath. Partially because of that, and partially because I need to get my tan off. So I always use the Saint-Tropez tan remover, and I do it in the bath. So you put it on for like 10 minutes and then you soak it in water. I've tried it just showering before, and I don't think it gets the tan off as well as just jumping straight in the bath. So I thought, gonna get the tan remover on, popped a hair mask in, and I'm gonna sit in the bath and delete pictures and like basically work out what I've actually got, because I've taken so many pictures recently and they're all just complete higgledy-piggledy. So I want to know what's actually there, because I feel like I've got nothing to post, but I know that I do, and I know that I've got reels filmed, but I don't know where they are. And also it means that when I get out of the bath, I can jump straight in the shower and scrub my tan, wash my hair, and then just put my tan back on for tonight and just chill for the whole evening and let my hair air dry, which is actually a bit of a luxury, because sometimes I wash my hair first thing in the morning, sometimes I do it in the evening. Recently it seems to have become an evening thing, but I think it's just because I end up getting up and being so busy during the day that I just do it when I've got the time. But I'm going to actively try and leave it to dry naturally tonight and not rush it along, and then I can just curl it in the morning. But I thought I'd quickly show you what I've used hair mask wise. Obviously my trusty Olaplex number 3 is on my hair, which I actually wanted to mention because I found a really good Amazon seller. I cannot remember for the life of me how much it cost, but I bought a pack of 3. Well, I bought 2 packs of 3 in one go, and it worked out quite a bit cheaper than buying it just individually or anything. So I'll leave it linked down below if I can find it again. If not, then I'll just leave the link to the one that I normally buy, which is still cheaper than if you buy it in salons or look fantastic or anything, Amazon is the place to get it. And then I also popped on some of this hydrating mask because Olaplex is great for repairing your hair, but it's not hydrating, which is one thing that my hairdresser told me a few weeks, well, it wasn't even a few weeks ago, it's probably about a year ago now actually, and I always thought Olaplex was like the #1 does it all, and it's not. It just repairs your hair and smooths it back out. So I've just popped on a little bit of the Christoph Robin Hydrating Melting Mask at the same time. So I basically focused Olaplex on the ends and then put this all over, and it smells unreal, but I've used it a couple of times and it's really, really good. So that one and the regenerating one from Christoph Robin I really love. And for my bath, I'm just going to go ahead and pop in some bath salts and Radox, because to be honest, you just can't beat Radox. And the rate that I have baths, I honestly have to have some. Like, I bought mine in B&M and it's a massive one that cost me £1.70 something, because I do have baths all the time, and Lush just ends up being so expensive if you have like 2 or 3 baths a week. So I've got that as like my more often thing that I use. And then I do still have down here my little basket full of Lush behind the towel, and I've been cutting up all my bubble bars and stuff so they last longer. So I'm using the Radox, and then I'm also popping in some of these West Lab mindful salts. So these are Epsom and Himalayan salts with frankincense and bergamot, and they also have added CBD oil, which is interesting. I'm assuming it's for like aches and pains, so it's good if you've got any pain or anything, or if you work out or whatever the case may be. I really like the smell of it, so I'm going to pop that in. And then the final thing I'm adding to my bath is actually this, which is the Comparison Cure, which is a book all about comparing yourself and how to not do it and how to speak higher of yourself and all that kind of thing. So it basically says how to be less them and more you. Essentially, it's just like a way to not compare yourself, because I find when I feel a bit rubbish I do tend to compare myself quite a lot. So hopefully reading that helps, and I am a strong believer that you should be learning every single day, even when you're an adult. Whatever the topic is that interests you, you should continue learning your whole life. And one thing that I really love learning about is kind of mindfulness and wellness and health and manifesting and all that kind of good stuff. So that's what I'm doing. I've got my Money Is Coming book still, I've got my magic book still, but this is the one that I'm reading this evening because I just think it'll be quite helpful. I'm gonna get in my bath now.
Will forever be, 'cause no, I don't want to go back, or how naive I was. I'm running to where my home is, where I know I'm free.
Good morning guys, today is Tuesday and I'm actually off for a little shoot in a little bit, but I've got about half an hour to an hour to kill before I need to leave, and I'm completely ready to go. So I thought I'd play The Sims for half an hour and show you the family that I built yesterday and their little house, because I'm actually quite impressed with it. I think I did really well. I like purposefully making it so that I don't cheat, because I love using the cheats on The Sims and just getting like the unlimited money and stuff, but I kind of wanted to make it so that they don't have that and they actually have to work hard, because, you know, getting into that gameplay. So I'm going to show you their little house because it's really, really cute. I won't put the lid on. I won't put the roof on because it's just a bit annoying, but this is what their little house looks like. So this is their little house. It's just very small, very cute, next to the river, and basically this is what the front looks like. And then they've got like a little side, oh hang on, I'm going all over the show. They've got a little side porch, and then they've also got like a little back bit here, and they're growing their own vegetables, as you can see, which need watering. This is kind of their little garden. Their plot is like a bit bigger than that. I think their plot is like here, but I just made a little garden because it's all I could afford to do at the time. And then we'll go inside and have a little look around. So this is what the inside looks like. They've got some paneling ofs. They've got a tiny little kitchen here, very cheap, very minimal, because they need some like more money before they can do counters and stuff, and I can renovate. Then you've got a little desk area here, and like, I don't know what this is, he got it from work. Then you've got a random piece of artwork because apparently she was getting annoyed because the mood wasn't right in the house. This is the living room, so they've got a little baby there. And then they've just got like a little rocking chair. Their little puppy here, who is called Woody, he's very cute. I just let the name be whatever they randomly generated and just had the first one. The mum is asleep, as you can see, in the very minimal bedroom because they can't afford much. And then this is the little girl's room, which is literally just, oh, let me go around. Literally just a bed and a toy box. So as you can see, I have definitely not treated them to the luxuries, but I think I might, like, as I progress on the game, like, give them some more stuff. To be honest, I just find it really nice because it's like an escapism game where you can just kind of be someone else for a little bit and just not think about things in your own life. And also it's a really great time killer because I'm the worst, but like, if I'm sitting doing nothing, I'll either be on my phone or watching TV or something, and I like to do things that are a little bit more like me time, so like this, or I'd write my gratitudes, which I actually need to do before I leave or when I get home, or I'll read a book. So yesterday I sat and read The Comparison Cure for like 20 odd minutes, which is a really nice little thing to read, because I think sometimes you just need those little snippets of information to make you kind of reassess how you think. You don't need to necessarily read like half the book, but just reading like half a chapter can sometimes be quite nice. So I'm gonna get on and play this for a little bit until I need to leave. Good evening. It's obviously now quite a few hours later, and I basically got in the car to go shoot. We ended up getting to where we were going and it was raining, so sat in the car for about an hour and a half trying to decide whether to shoot or wait. Ended up getting a Costa and just sitting and enjoying 5 minutes, well, literally an hour before the rain finally stopped, and managed to get 4 outfits done, which is really good going, especially considering by the time we'd sat in the cars for like an hour and a half, you just end up so tired because you just bored sat there. But managed to get the 4 done, which is amazing. And when I got home, I played The Sims. I had a Nando's, so for time reference it's now 9 o'clock. I got home at about 6, and this really lovely little package turned up in the post. So my management kindly sent me a big box of chocolates to say thank you for some little bits and pieces recently, which is really lovely. And it's all vegan chocolate because can't have dairy, can I? But I'm actually really excited. So there's like loads of different bits. There's like a slab of fruit and nut, there's 70% dark, there's praline bar, there's ginger puddles, there's the little ones in the middle which are all different, and then at the top there is another one that is, I don't actually know what the top one is. I think it's just like normal dark choc. I don't know, but it's all vegan, which is really lovely. So very excited, and I think I'm gonna have a little nibble now because why not? With my Nando's I did also get a Diet Coke, and it's the first bit of caffeine I've had since November, and I'm literally bouncing off the walls because I just haven't had caffeine. So I'm now like this and I feel really wired, which is great because I shouldn't have done that at like 8 o'clock, so now I'm not going to sleep. But at least I know that caffeine does the trick again now, and I have retrained my brain to think caffeine will wake me up. But it's only a tiny amount of caffeine compared to a coffee. This isn't as much as a coffee, is it? Like, I think it's like half. I don't really know. How much caffeine is there in a coffee? How much caffeine is there in this? I don't actually know. It doesn't say how many calories. How many caffeine milligrams? Don't know. Anyway, have no idea. But I'm having that. I'm having chocky. I'm watching. I think we're going to carry on watching Your Honour, aren't we? So we started Your Honour the other day, and it's so good, so good. But we vowed to only watch it together, and James has only just come back to my house, so we're going to sit and watch an episode or 2 and get back into that. I think we're only on episode 2 or 3 and there's about 10, but it's so good. I won't give any spoilers in case you haven't seen it, but every episode is literally like and we landed it and we ended it on a really good bit. So we ended it on the end of an episode, and like it was a really cliffhangery end, which is the best way to do it, because then when you come back you're like dying to get back into it and like watch some more bits. So back into it we go. Good morning, gang. Today it's Thursday morning, and I'll be honest, I am absolutely exhausted. I am so tired, I can't tell you. I feel like my brain is just like still asleep. I think it just happens when you have a few late nights in a row. But also I find when the clocks change and when it starts getting brighter in the evening or darker in the mornings and stuff, it throws my sleep off completely. So in winter, I was getting up at like 8:30ish and go to bed at like, God, like maybe 10, 11 o'clock. And now I'm going to bed at like midnight and I'm getting up at like 6:30, 7. Like my clock is just completely off, because I think where it's now bright outside, it wakes me up naturally, which is why I absolutely love it. It's my favourite part about spring and summer. I just love waking up earlier. But my body clock is just absolutely warped. And also, we binged Your Honour in all of 3 days and stayed up purposefully late last night watching it, knowing that James had to leave this morning at 5 o'clock to go to work. So maybe not the brightest idea, but sometimes you just have to do these things. And today I'm actually heading to shoot with Tash. So Tash is, I mean, you've probably seen her quite a lot for years if you've watched the vlogs. She is one of my best friends, and she also has Instagram. I'll leave it linked down below, but we're gonna go and shoot some outfit pictures around, I think maybe like South Kensington, I'm not really sure. And it's a really beautiful sunny day today. I can see one cloud. I was about to say there's not a cloud on the sky, but I've just spotted one. So really good day for shooting, especially when it's like spring content and stuff, because you want it to be really like bright and sunny and beautiful, and that's exactly what we have, which is perfect. And a big Zara order turned up last night, and now I'm questioning all the outfits that I've packed, because I'd already decided on the outfits I wanted to shoot, and now a Zara order's come, and now I just have even more outfits I want to shoot. So I'm taking 6, which is the normal amount that I kind of do when I shoot with people, especially when I drive to shoots, which I'm going to try and take you along a little bit today because I want to show you how we do it. But if I'm not driving, it's obviously a bit harder because you've got a suitcase, especially winter, because you can fit way less, whereas obviously summer you're just packing dresses and stuff, so a lot more fits in a case. But I'm gonna do 6, and then I've packed an extra like 2 dresses just on the off chance I have the motivation and want to do them. Also, I think when you're in the mood for shooting, as you kind of get through outfits and stuff, you'll be like, oh, actually this would be really cute, why don't I shoot this, like this would be really nice here, and you can kind of just make other things work. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get something. In fact, I know we are going to get something amazing, because we always do, and the places that we're going to shoot is like our kind of go-to when we really want easy, quick content, in terms of like, we know where to shoot, we know what looks good, we know what areas are amazing, and it's just a lot quicker than kind of faffing around in a new area and trying to work out where to shoot, because I think everyone does it. Everyone has like their go-to spots because it's just way easier. My camera did just die, so I thought I'd do my hair and makeup and then get back to you, because otherwise I'd have ended up waffling for a good 20 minutes and my hair would not have been done. So I've done it like this today, and it is looking very Goldilocks right now, because I've literally just curled it, and I like to leave it like this for a couple of minutes before I brush it out with a wide tooth comb, just to kind of set the curls a little bit. And then when you use a wide tooth comb, it kind of still keeps the texture without using a brush that just kind of makes it all blend into one like a blow dry. But to curl, I've actually been using the GHD curve for about a week now, and it's so good. I cannot fault GHD in any part. Everything I've ever used from them has been amazing. The curve is just unbelievable, and I don't know how or why I've never used a curler from them before, but it's completely overtaken my Mark Hill interchangeable. I now am keeping that as like, well, I don't really know why I'm keeping that, because I've got loads of different heads for it, like waver heads and stuff, but I just don't really use them, so I don't know why I've kept it. But I'm gonna see next week how I feel about my hair being a bit more waved, and try and use the waver on top of my natural hair and see if it just kind of adds the texture. But the curve is definitely here to stay, because it just gives really beautiful curls, and it's one of those tools that just really works in your favor. Like, it just defines everything really nicely, and I've found that I can use it straight on blow-dried hair and it just lasts. I honestly just can't rate it highly enough. So if you're on the hunt for a new curler, I highly recommend. I do still think the Mark Hill interchangeable one is amazing, don't get me wrong. I adore it, and I would have continued using it for many moons to come, because it is so good. The only reason I've changed is because I was gifted the curve and I thought I'd give it a try, and I'm converted. But I do still love the Mark Hill, and it is cheaper, so I still recommend it. I still love it and use it, but depending on your price point, they're both really good. And I guess the one perk of the Mark Hill interchangeable one is that you get you basically buy it as like a pick and mix. So you buy the handle and then you buy the heads separately. So you can buy the medium barrel, which is what I use, or there's like mermaid wavers, there's ones that kind of go like that, so like it's thinner and then it goes out and then thin again, so it gives you that like textured, looser kind of wave. You can get thinner ones, long ones, you can get like chopstick, corkscrew kind of curls. There's so many different heads for it, which is I think the selling point, because the heads are about 10 to 15 pounds each, and obviously you then don't need to buy all these tools because you've got everything in one. So that's kind of the selling point for me, and I'm pretty sure for many other people, because it is cheap. I think to buy one head and the wand is about £40 versus the GHD one, which is I think 120. But I'm going to stop waffling, because I'm actually just grabbing my coffee and heading into my office to finish sorting out my outfits for today. My dressing room is an absolute tip, so we're going to ignore the state of it, but I need to sort my outfits out, because Tash is going to be here in about I believe like 30 minutes. I'm not actually sure. This doesn't actually look like that much, but I promise you it is a lot of stuff, considering that is 6 outfits with full changes and this was 4. So this has still got like my coat and stuff in here, but this was only 4. I mean, it's got 3 coats in it, but this was only 4 outfits in this bag. And I don't think it's all going to fit in that bag, but we can try. Do I attempt 2 tote bags, or do I just admit defeat and use one of the giant IKEA bags? For reference, this is the tote bags. So we've got one that's like this size and one that is this size. So they're both quite big. This did fit 4 outfits in the other day, including shoes and coats. So I'm thinking we could maybe do this and have like one for clothing and one for like shoes and bags. Or do I go with the big dog, which is what I normally use, which is this, that fits in my boot, and I basically just cram it full of everything, and then when I get home I just like throw everything back in and get it out the car. I don't know which to do. Part of me does think maybe it's easier to do the 2 tote bags, just because then I can like carry both rather than dragging that along the floor. Let's try the totes and see if it fits, and we'll go from there and we'll see what happens. I'll move you down a shelf so you can kind of see a bit more of what I'm doing. This is the outfit I'm going to be putting on, so it's going to stay there for now. Right, big bag for clothing. Clothes fit, but do you see what I mean? It's quite a good size, and like I can just sling it on my shoulder and it's not too, I mean, okay, it is quite gigantic, but I can carry it on one arm, which is a lot easier than lugging around that huge thing. So that's all the clothing, and then we can just pop all the shoes into here, because there is quite a few pairs of shoes. Okay, no, we've managed it. We've managed it. I've crammed basically everything. The hat is kind of hanging out, but I can still pick it up. And then I've got my basket bag separate, which I always do anyway, because I don't want to ruin it. And then the outfit that I'm going to put on, which is actually the chunkiest shoes and like the most clothing, which means I can retire the IKEA bag for another shoot day. Bye, my friend. So I guess all that's left for me to do now is brush my hair and brush my teeth, put my clothes on, and then just sit and wait for Tash to get here so that we can go. And I guess I could just sit and have a coffee on the balcony because it's a really beautiful day. So I think that's what I might do. Take my phone out, have a little sit on the balcony for an hour and relax. I'm ready in my first outfit. I just need to chuck my leather blazer on and my Doc sandals, but I forgot how much I love these straight leg New Look jeans. I've had them for so long and they're just really comfy and really flattering, so I'll leave them linked if I can find them. And this is my must-have t-shirt from And Other Stories. It's a little cotton one, but it's so nice and lightweight, but also you can't see through it, which I love, because most white bras you obviously can, and it's just really nice and soft. So I've tucked it up into my bra to make it a little bit cropped, and this is today's first outfit. My necklaces are all tangled where I've slept in them. I've just got these 2 on today. This is a star sign one. I cannot remember for the life of me where it's from. And then this one is a Pandora one, which I'll link. And then all my jewellery and stuff I'll try and link. These rings are a mix of Pandora and Other Stories. That one is Pandora, and this is a Tiffany bracelet that I got for my 18th. A Pandora one with Star Wars charms, and then just a plain like Pandora wishbone one. And obviously my Apple Watch on this arm, which I'm going to be taking off for pictures. But I'm going to quickly brush my hair out, and then I've got my little stack here ready to go. So I've got my gratitude journal I need to do, and then I'm going to read this for about an hour. So yeah. Okay, party people, this is a behind the scenes of being on a shoot where it's this windy and it's quite hard to take pictures, but we're getting there. We're kind of just trying to work with the wind. I will show you now where I put all my clothes when I shoot. Tash is actually in my car for a change. Normally we don't do this, but we just thought it was easy to bring one car today. So I've got my changing room here in the back. This is all my stuff. Tash has got hers on the back seat there, and then we change in the car because then you can kind of like change and be a little bit more hidden. I do normally as well put like a trench coat over the top of me and over the steering wheel, so I've got like a little hidden tent kind of, so that works really well. But for the most part this is way easier because you don't have to lug suitcases and stuff around, and you can kind of just like, I throw stuff across from the boot and then put it on, and then Tash just kind of leans into the back and grabs her bits. And we also did grab a quick little Starbucks as well, so we've got a banana bread for halfway through the shoot, and I've got a coffee, which is probably now cold, that I can just enjoy. So I'm going to use my little makeshift balcony and just change my shoes. God, I'm actually getting blown away. Oh! Right. Oh, you are very brown. Jeez Louise. What turn have you put on? Look at the colour of that. Actually, we're about the same. Oh no, you are way darker. What have you used?
Cocoa and Eve dark.
Right, I'm gonna have a quick little coffee and just carry on in a minute. Oh, so good. Realities of changing in a car.
Oh dear.
Right. Whew. I'm gonna quickly coffee it. I'm gonna reply to my manager on text and then continue.
No, I'm gonna stick my head out how I did last time. It's the things you do for the gram, people. The things you do. Oh, I think I just got makeup on it, sorry. Baby, work it.
Work it, let me work it. I throw my thing down, flip it and reverse it. Do you know, have you seen the TikTok about that?
No.
Mate, get in, I need to find it.
I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. You ready? Flip it and reverse it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
What is this?
It's her remedy with my hand.
It's happening to soul.
What? No one ever knows what they say or she
Put my
says.
thing down, flip it and reverse it.
It's near from a little yet. We've just shot outfit number 3, so we're now going on to outfit number 4. Technically 5 because I did the in-car shot as well, but I decided I want my cake, so we got our little banana bread out and we're gonna have a little nibble before we get on to the next outfit because I want a bit of a sugar rush just to get me through because I feel like I need that little like hit just to make me like peak again. But it is really nice and warm today. Freezing in the shade, but in the sun it's really, really warm and it's actually 12 degrees, which I feel like I said this last week. 12 degrees to British people is quite warm, not gonna lie. But I've got this mango jumper on, which is in my mango haul a couple of weeks ago, and I've just got my skirt underneath which you can't see, and obviously my Loewe bag, which is coming in the shot too. Tonight is the night of mac and cheese. I've had a bit of a naughty day today. Normally I do try and be pretty healthy, but today has been a day of like the Starbucks Beyond Meat sandwich, which if you haven't had it, it's the one I talked about a few weeks ago, and the first one I had was really cheesy and I didn't really like it. The second one I had was unbelievable, tasted so good. Definitely recommend and definitely will be getting again. It's like, I don't really know how to explain what it is. So they have scrambled tofu instead of egg, then they have a meatless patty, and then they have vegan cheese in a roll, so it's kind of like a breakfast roll. Really yummy today, really enjoyed it. Then we got some banana bread for halfway through the shoot, like I mentioned, and then on the way home there's a Costa drive-through, so we quickly popped in and grabbed a coffee and a salted caramel brownie, which was unbelievable. And now I'm about to make mac and cheese for dinner and have a glass of wine, because why not? And then I think I'm just going to sit on the sofa and watch some movies and stuff, because what else do you do on a Friday night in quarantine? Don't really know. But I feel really good because I think where I started this week feeling a bit like, not down, I don't think down is the right word, I just was feeling a bit kind of off, I guess. Like there was something off, and I think it was just like a mix of various different things in like work and personal life, and I've ended the week feeling really good. Like today I feel really, really good. I feel like everything's positive, I'm in a really good mood. I'm about to FaceTime my friend while I cook dinner and have a chat to her for a bit because we haven't spoken in ages, and I just feel really good. And I'm actually seeing Hayley tomorrow, which is going to be lovely, so we're going to go for a little walk because I haven't seen Hayley in person since she stayed with me for the whole of the November lockdown. Literally haven't seen her because she lives the other side of London, so I'm going to meet in the middle tomorrow and go for a little walk because she lives on her own and obviously I live on my own as well. So we're just going to have a little walk and have a chat and catch up and stuff, which is going to be really lovely. But tonight is all about me, myself and I, and a blooming hearty mac and cheese. But I'm going to make enough to last me because I want it to last me for a long time. I'm going to make enough to have it tomorrow as well for lunch and dinner. It's so good. I'll leave the recipe that I use down below. Me and mac and cheese have got a love affair waiting to happen, so I'm just going to crack on and start. I will leave my recipe down below that I follow. I'm pretty sure it's the Jamie Oliver one, but I can't remember. But it's one that uses nutritional yeast and like breadcrumbs on top. You obviously don't have to put nutritional yeast in, but I really like it. It's kind of like, I don't really know what it tastes like. It's kind of like a little bit like a tiny bit nutty, but it kind of just tastes like Parmesan, to be completely honest. It doesn't really say, but it basically helps it goo and make it like a bit more gooey. So this I picked up in Asda for about £2, I think, and it's lasted me really well. Like you can still hear it's like basically still full. So I've got that, I've got my macaroni, I've got my free from cheese. Don't rate this one that highly. This is the Asda own brand one. And then I've also got a block of Violife, which is my favourite vegan cheese. And I've also got the Flora plant-based butter, which I don't know if there's much left. Oh no, that's the only bit of butter I've got left. I need butter for the recipe. Oh no, I might have to quickly go get some butter. Oh Jess, you silly sausage. I should have checked this. Damn it. Have you ever seen a more deflating moment in a person's life? I've just done the mac and cheese and completely forgot to vlog it, but it looks unreal. I've made a batch to feed the 5,000, definitely more than enough to feed myself tonight, but it's fine. There's going to be loads of leftovers, and I've got my little wine going. I've obviously got my laptop and everything still set up, so I'm going to take a little perch on the sofa and order myself some crisps, because why not? And then, I don't know what I'm going to pop on telly, but probably something really girly that I can't watch when James is here, because he doesn't really like girly things, understandably. So, cheers guys.